Hi and welcome to new twin flame reading. This one is going to be for earth signs. And so let me tell you about the layout. This is person number 1, person number 2, and the row here, the outer row here on both sides are talking about the overall energies. So what's going on kind of in general in the lives of these people. And then we have the inner rows talking about how they are or what they're going through in regards to each other. So yeah, let's get into it. For person number 1 here, we have the Fool together with the Hierophant. So this is a very interesting combination, and it's a combination that talks about change. You know, it feels like this person has recently wrapped up or is in the process of wrapping up a longer karmic cycle. And so they are about to start a completely new chapter in their life. So in a way, it's like this person is descending now down into their body or into the 3D world after having really spent a lot of time, you know, I feel like doing a lot of inner work. So a lot of work on the inside, not so much on the outside. But they have really learned how to connect with their own soul. They have, you know, they are receiving at the moment very clear guidance in regards to which direction they should move in next. You know, what they're meant to do mission-wise and all that kind of stuff. So they're very much aware of like a big picture at least, or like aware of the direction that they want to move in, that they're supposed to move in, and they know that they're supported in this. I feel like the kind of the issue or the challenge, because we have a 5 here, so there is like a little bit of, there's a feeling of some challenge or some obstacles coming in for this person. And I feel those challenges, they have to do with the fact that this person is trying now to ground like a higher timeline, right? So they're trying actually to, when they come back down and they come out into the 3D world, they have to still kind of take action from this higher vibration that they have been in. And this is a little bit challenging because I feel that this person is confronted with quite a lot of fears in regards to taking these, or in regards to taking action in this new direction, or with these kind of quite new adventures. So I do think that the person has been aware for some time in regards to what they want to do, but they haven't really, you know, taken consistent action in that direction. But that time is now approaching for this person. And so yeah, they are currently, I feel, confronted with fears in regards to how they should approach this new cycle. Because I feel like the potential for this person when it comes to manifestation is like huge right now. They can really create whatever it is that they want to create. But again, the issue is that they are experiencing fear. So it can be difficult to maintain a high vibration or to move yourself into a higher vibration when you're all the time confronted with your own fears. So I see that, or kind of the advice for this person here is to kind of try to keep the big picture when you are or try to see what's going on from the perspective of your soul. So not necessarily allowing yourself to get completely lost in the fears or like experience the fears like that's all that's going on, right? It's about keeping that distance a little bit with the Hierophant, keeping that distance to your human self. But at the same time, you know, to be able to kind of implement or to take these action steps, it's something about needing to needing to come up with a game plan. Like maybe you have these like big goals, like huge goals that you want to accomplish, but then break them down into smaller kind of like action steps. That's more easy for you to take, like so you can take one action step each day, for instance. And I feel like this is how you can really start to manifest things slowly but surely. And that's really, I guess, kind of the earth sign way of manifesting, slowly but surely. So I think it's a really, really good energy for this person. And it's possible to do a lot of progress here right now for this person. And then we have person number 2. They have 3 of Wands together with the Hanged Man. So there's a different kind of energy here. Like I said, I think that this person is somehow in some kind of a descent right now. So they're coming down and they're going to start creating in the physical. This person, I feel, at least in one area of their life, they are in some kind of an ascent. So they are expanding their consciousness. And with this person, you know, I feel that they have been through a lot. Like the energy I'm feeling from this side is very intense. And I think that they have, it's like a very fiery energy. So this person is extremely, I think they have a lot of willpower, and they can be very stubborn, and really kind of like hard, because I feel that they have been through a lot of things in the physical world. So in the physical 3D worlds, like maybe they've experienced a lot of difficulties in the physical world, being maybe attacked by other people, you know, deceived by other people, losing their job, losing their home, people stealing from them. Like I feel like this person has been through, or the people that I'm talking about in regards to this, they have been through like a lot of challenge in the physical world, really like pushing them so hard, so that they have developed such an like a capacity for willpower, such a capacity, they have so much fire energy. And so, you know, when they are coming up right now with the Hanged Man and the 3 of Wands, I feel that this Hanged Man, you know, what is keeping them not moving right now in the physical is something to do, is something quite severe possibly. I mean, it's probably maybe some kind of physical injury, disease, I don't know, prison. It's coming up there. It's like something that's keeping them actually physically stuck in some way or another, in order for them to increase their consciousness and increase their perspective further. So, I mean, when I say that, maybe you think that this person has not been awake before or things like that. That's not necessarily the case. I mean, we all have these different areas of our lives that we keep kind of ascending, if you understand what I mean. So we don't go through like a ascension within all of our areas, within all the areas of our lives at once. It kind of happens a little bit one by one. So I feel like this person, it's opening up to an even more expanded state of consciousness right now, and they're seeing things from a new perspective. So it's just like they're really increasing their powers, because like I said, this person has seemed to have a lot of like fire and willpower. So I think that this person might see, and this is of course then depending on how kind of awake they have been before this further expansion, but I think that they will see that they need to make a few adjustments within their lives, and that will help them move forward kind of more in alignment with their soul. Because the thing is with this person is that because they have been through all of these kind of like attacks or like these hardcore challenges in the physical, they're not that easily stopped. And And because they can generate so much fire, even though like the universe is kind of putting down blocks for them or giving them like hints to slow down or to take a break or whatever, they will just push through that because they're so like driven. And so I think this will help them, this new kind of perspective that they're acquiring now will help them to move forward in a more aligned way, so more aligned with their own soul. And that's going to help them to pour more of their kind of creation energy into just serving kind of, or into just doing what they want to do instead of having to push and to kind of like hustle and grind so hard in their overall life. So I feel like things are starting to become easier for this person because of this expanded perspective that they are getting right now. And then we can also see this in regards to how they are viewing their twin. Here we have the Five of Wands together with the Star. So with this, there's also a healing and ascension within the perspective that they have of their twin. So what I'm feeling is that this person has been very kind of I don't know, it's like there's been a lot of resentment towards their twin, I feel, from this side. Kind of like blaming their twin or not really seeing the perspective of their twin. So, and I think that this is something also to do with, of course, the challenges that this person has been through. It hasn't been easy because they have been feeling like on unstable ground a lot. They have been kind of in like a fight or flight response a lot. So it's been very challenging for this person, but this has caused them also to see their twin in a more negative light and to maybe focus on the mistakes that their twin has made in the past and to really kind of like hold that against them. But with this new change coming in now, over this like kind of expansion of consciousness coming in now, I see that they are able to, that it is an ascension, so they're able to rise up in vibration also in regards to their twin. So it's going to feel, I think, like blessing to them because they're going to be able to see things from a more compassionate point of view. And with that, they're going to gain a lot of understanding of their twin and gain a lot of understanding in regards to why this person has behaved the way that they have done. And this is going to help them to kind of like further let go of this kind of negativity and this like lower vibrational energies that have been around this person. So it's like they are moving away from like a challenging place into a much lighter and brighter place, and this is also helping them just expand their perspective a lot. So of course this depends on kind of the baseline that this person was on, but in either case there will be like a very positive change for this person, and they will start to feel better, start to feel physically better if there have been some kind of, or if there has been some kind of illness or disease or restriction somehow on their physical body. For this person, these two people are quite opposites. For this person, at least in this reading, this is probably just like one aspect of their lives. But like what's coming up right now, they are really like opposites, because this person has the Ace of Pentacles together with the Three of Cups. So what I'm feeling here is that this person has had the completely other perspective from that person, or from person number two. So person number two have been quite resentful and blamed their twin quite a lot for things that have happened. this person has been very understanding, on the other hand, in their thoughts about their twin. So because they have been like, you know, they've been in a completely different space, you know, they have been doing a lot of inner work and meditating and being like high up in the sky, kind of, so they have seen everything from this higher perspective. So they've really been able to understand, you know, why their twin has acted in kind of more negative ways. They've been able to have a lot of compassion for their twin. And this is also what has kind of kept, I think, a more unhealthy dynamic in the past as well. Because I can see that now, as person number one is descending back down again, there's a change here. And they are starting to focus much more on, you know, the actual actions, physical actions that this person is taking in regards to them, and to kind of judge them, or to allow those physical actions to be the how do I say that, to determine how they will behave in return. So I think that they, of course, they still have the capability of understanding why their twin might be doing certain things, but they are basing their it's a bit difficult to explain, because it's like they are basing the way they choose to behave just on the physical behavior of this person. So if this person, you know, would say a mean comment to them before, maybe they would be able to, they would just be like, oh, I can see why he said that, because he's insecure about this and that, and then they wouldn't really give a consequence, or they wouldn't really say like, you know what, this hurts me, like, why are you doing that? They wouldn't really confront that person with it. Now that's changing. And I feel like this is really showing that these two people are becoming much more balanced within themselves. So instead of being complete kind of opposites of each other, they are balancing out within themselves, and this is also helping them to create a much more healthy dynamic between the two. So they're not completely balanced yet, but they're really like, it's close. I mean, they're working on it. So these people, they might currently be in separation. I don't know. This person seems a little bit like, it seems like this person has been quite angry with this person and not really wanting any contact. But they seem to be, when they come into this greater understanding, I think that this person will want to have some kind of communication with this person, and then that's gonna create a much more balanced dynamic between the two. Because at the moment it comes up with the card chaos and conflict. And so I just feel like there's a lot of change, and this can go also a lot of ways for these two people at the moment, depending on how they're able to kind of, I don't know, exploit the energies. So like I said, for this person, you know, if this person is able to really find a very good strategy on how to deal with their own fears and start manifesting, you know, they can become very, very successful. But they can also, in a sense, allow themselves to be held back because of their fears. So it can kind of go both ways a little bit. But there's a lot of potential. So let me just see if there's anything else I wanted to say. And there's also something about kind of becoming or showing, being authentic, I think. I think maybe for this person, they have been a little bit in denial, I think, around their own fears. So they have just moved around their own fears instead of confronting them in the physical world, whilst this person, instead of kind of confronting their fears, they just moved up. so they just increase their vibration. So I think for both people, it's something about needing to look their fears in the eye and overcome them in order to really, really kind of move into their full potential. So yeah, I hope this reading helped you, and take care.